Yay! Shelves, shelves, shelves. Yes, aside from new shelves, as the title suggests, I wanted to do an epic pickups video consisting of 4 consoles and well over 100 games. Now, all the games have been collected from charity shops and car booths, and Jessica, my wife, has this marvellous ability to find things that I just walk past or just, I don't know, just don't spot for whatever reason. So I have to give a massive shout out to Jess. She's actually found everything you're about to see, okay, except for the two consoles which I found online. So before we kind of show you things, what I want to do is, because there's that many games, I'm going to put a picture up of all of the PS2 games that she's found. And I'm going to pick out a couple, well, say several games that are pretty important and nice titles that I really kind of want to discuss. So without further ado, let's take a look. Okay, so a couple of gaps on the shelf now as I've picked out some stellar PS2 titles that I want to talk about. Now, for those of you that don't know, me and Jess, we're kind of big into our fighting games, so we were kind of quite pleased to find this Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks title. This is the first of 2 Mortal Kombat titles that we found, but I can play these all day. I never get bored of them, and Jess absolutely loves them. She always kicks my arse, by the way. This title was 50p from a car boot. That's Canis Edit, otherwise known as Bully. This would be nice to see on our next generation consoles. This is complete. I loved this back in the day. I thought this was fantastic. You know, Rockstar keeping that kind of emphasis on sandbox, but really kind of taking a different angle on it. So I was really happy. 50p, that goes for about £8 in game. Another Rockstar title, it's GTA Vice City Stories. This was also 50p. Doing well to get all the GTA titles back. This is complete. Kind of speaks for itself really, Vice City Stories. It's one of my favourite GTA titles. Another game, platform, a nice little side scroller for all you side scrolling fans out there, Rayman 3. I've always been a Rayman fan. Jessie and I picked up an NTSC Dreamcast a couple of years back, and Rayman was the only game we had on that system. So I kind of had fond memories with her, and also back in the day when it first came out on the PlayStation 1 as well. Used to play it quite a bit with my auntie. I'll take the price off this. Again, guys, what I'm showing you, these games were 50p to £1 each. Always been a fan of roller coaster / theme park games. This obviously being Roller Coaster World. Big Tycoon fan on the Mac. I play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on my MacBook. Now, Aliens vs Predator Extinction. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's an Aliens fan like me, but I fucking love the Alien quadrilogy, you know, all the 4 films, and I can't get enough of these Alien games. I was very disappointed in Colonial Marines. I've actually got a review of that game, which I'll put a link in the description to. Wasn't happy with it. Ratchet & Clank 3, I think this is a nice, real nice title to play on the PlayStation 2 and obviously on the PlayStation 3 as well. I wanted to kind of show you that. This game I've not heard of. Now, the price is still on it. It's 99p. Primal. This looks really, really interesting, if you can see on the back there, guys. Yeah, this looks really, really interesting. It kind of, from the back, looks a little bit like Soul Reaver series. You know, the third person action adventure kind of style. So I'm really, really looking forward to trying that one. Another kind of classic title that I've always been a fan of, that is Time Splitters. PlayStation 2. I do need a copy of Time Splitters 2, so if anybody does have it, let me know. And I've never seen this on the PlayStation 2, so if you have, let me know. Or is it rare? Tetris Worlds. That was £1. Jessie is a huge Tetris fan. She loves her handheld gaming, does my Jess. So I think she's like kid in a china shop. Should have seen her going around the charity shops. Holy shit. I was like, at one point I said, can you just stop talking please? Because she was so excited and her adrenaline was so high from finding all this stuff. So I'm just fucking be quiet for a minute. But I love them nonetheless. So yeah, so pictures, as you can see guys, plenty of titles, but I've just picked out my, more than several games there that I'm really, really excited to get into. Okay, So console-wise, and like I said, I had 4 consoles. This silver PlayStation 2 old model. We were at a car boot the other week, and in my typical fashion, I kind of wandered off, not seeing anything, really angry, feeling quite defeated, and Jess said, whoa, 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 hang on a minute. Picked up this big fuck off box full of all these PS1 titles and this bad boy for 10 quid. So I'm going to show you some of those titles. They're not all great, however, some of them I think, you know, are probably still worth quite a bit of cash if you were to flog them on eBay. So obviously a little boy that owned all these, because what we've got here, guys, is N-Gen Racing. Not, you know, just one of those games, I guess, that it is what it is. Driver, which is a classic game. My brother was a big fan of this back in the day, as was I. A game that unfortunately is in pieces, but is a good kind of solid title to have on the PlayStation. That is Croc. I do have a spare case for this, so I think I'm going to actually, you know, put it back together at some point. Now this was an interesting title as well, G-Police. I used to sit and watch my friends play this quite a bit, but it's something I've never actually had a go on myself. And again, platinum, not so fussed that it's a platinum title. Yeah, 2 CDs. It's in really nice condition as well. Colin McRae Rally, you know, rest in peace, Colin, bless you. Love this game. I'm not a massive racer, but Gran Turismo, always been a fan of the series. I think this game particularly changed quite a bit in terms of racing. The graphics were absolutely phenomenal. The customisations were really up there. And I do think that paved the way for a lot of our future racers. TOCA, Touring Car Championship. It is what it is. Remember, all this for a tenner, you know. The Italian Job. Ready to Rumble Boxing. I know I've got a couple of people that watch my page I showed Rocky the other week on the PlayStation 2, and I was like, oh, I'm not quite sure about this. People were like, no, it's actually a really, really good game. Interesting. Space Invaders, sorry about this, I need to get the price off, but you know, that's not one I typically see floating around, so I was really happy to have that. V Rally 2. Sports Superbike, which I'm really not fussed about, but hey. And Urban Chaos, the case is slightly cracked, which is another one that typically you don't see a lot of. Okay, now some other PS1 titles that Jess also found in charity shops. She picked up WWF Warzone. I'm actually not got it for the game, but I've got it for the case because the case isn't in bad condition, so I will be putting that Croc game in this. Interesting, Cool Borders 3, which is a great title, but open it. No instructions, but there's a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and a winter releases demo disc. Loved this game, but loved this game more, so kind of best of both worlds. Bob the Builder, again, I think we didn't buy this for the game, but I do think it's important to collect cases because these things break really, really easy. So this is going to be one that's kind of going in like the spare case pile. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. And another copy of TOCA Touring Cars, which again is a better copy than that, so that'll probably go in a trades pile. So, okay. So, like I said, guys, those last 5 PS1 games were from the charity shop, but everything before that came with this, with 2 immaculate controllers, 2 memory cards, the red and the blue there, and the console itself for a tenner. So I was really kind of pleased with that. Okay, so next console, guys. We were kind of scouring the internet last week, and I've really wanted this for quite some time now. And we managed to pick up a Sega Saturn, with 2 controllers and 12 games for the bargain price of 50 quid, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. And again, that was something that Jess, you know, was quite kind of happy about as well. Okay, so the 12 games that we got with the Saturn were True Pinball, a game that was a great release on the PlayStation 1, had lots of fun with this, Die Hard Trilogy, that was great. Like I say, guys, I think I had a light going for the PlayStation 1 with that. Really good time. Euro 96 England. I'm not a huge gaming fan when it comes down to football, but I did enjoy the earlier SNES, FIFAs, you know, this, I've not played it on the Saturn, but I'll give it a whirl. Fighters Mega Mix, Virtua Fighter and Virtua Fighter 2. So these are obviously fighting games. And again, as I've said before with Mortal Kombat, Jess and I will hammer these to death. These are fantastic. I was thrilled with that. Pebble Beach Golf Links, again, not too fussed about this. Sega Rally Championship, which is a classic. I do believe this was a launch title for the Saturn. Could have made a twat of myself and got that wrong then. Again, FIFA Soccer 96, which is a different case than the others, but you know, I like that. Sega Soccer 97. Tomb Raider. Love Tomb Raider. Love Lara Croft to pieces. And finally, NASCAR 98. Jess, as an American, was previously into NASCAR, so I guess that's something a little bit sentimental to her. So like I said, guys, we've got the console, two controllers. One is slightly damaged, but it does work, and the 12 games for a fair price of £50. Plus its box. The box is actually down here, just right there. So you know, the box Saturn. I'll take it. Okay guys, so next two consoles, just kind of jogging back slightly, with that Saturn we also got the light gun, which is actually in really good condition. So yeah, this was obviously used for kind of Die Hard trilogy, so it's awesome there. So the next two consoles, the same console, different design, and I've been after one for a while. And the first console is a Mega Drive 2, and this is exactly how it came at the car boot. This was £5, and it's got the game Lion King in it. It did have the power cable supply, the power supply missing, but now we have one because we've since picked one up. So that was how that came. It had one controller with the RF cable, and also, guys, I found. This has to be a really fucking good deal, what I'm about to show you. I was fucking thrilled. The lady that sold it, I felt a little bit guilty because she obviously didn't know what she had. We picked up a Mega Drive 1, and in it we've got Mega Games 2, okay? And this was 40 quid, so that's about $60 US. 12 boxed games, which are behind me right here. 3 of the games are worth at least £20, so really she's kind of shit on herself a little bit for giving it us for such a low price. So without further ado, I need to show you what those games are. Right, so the Mega Drive games then that came with the Mega Drive 1 with, I think it's 2 controllers, was Miss Pac-Man with no instructions. This goes for a fair whack on eBay these days, guys. It also came with Theme Park. Again, mentioned this with Roller Coaster World. I love my strategy theme park, roller coaster games. This is box and complete. Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. This unfortunately doesn't have the instructions, and there is a little bit of damage in the top corner here, but it doesn't matter to me because the game's there, it works, you know. Your generic Sonic one, which is, you know, a kind of must with any Sega collection. Now, this game again goes for a fair whack on eBay. That is Spider-Man. It looks really old. I don't know if there's a bit of sun damage on this, but, you know, again, something really worthwhile to have, I believe. Great, just drop them on the floor and break them all. Mortal Kombat again, me and Jess played this. I love me some 16-bit beat-em-ups. Ariel, the Little Mermaid, which is not one I can say I'm a huge fan of, but, you know, I guess I should give it a bit more time. These, okay. James Pond Aquatic Games, which I was a huge fan of on the Amiga. This particular version on the Mega Drive was something that I played quite a bit with my old friend Paul back in the day. Really got on well with aquatic games. Fucking awesome. Street Racer, classic. I'm a huge Mario Kart fan. I wasn't a huge fan of Street Racer, but this has grown on me as I've kind of started to collect again. Sonic 2, yes, again, very generic kind of game with the Mega Drive. I think the guy that did this artwork for Sonic 2 recently passed away as well, so that's a bit, a bit of a shame, but his work lives on here. Menacer, I believe you need the light gun for this. Is that right, guys? Mega Drive light gun. And finally, which I'm really happy at, yes, and complete. Paperboy, which is about 20 quid on eBay. So 12 games boxed, 1 unboxed, 2 controllers, 40 quid, $60. Could not pass that up in the slightest. So it's been awesome, and like I said, Jess has found most of these, so she's like my eyes and ears when it comes around to game hunting. There are some DS games that she's picked up as well, so I'll put a picture on of that. Like I said, she's really into her handheld gaming, and while some of the titles aren't particularly her style, she's got them for a couple of quid each. And again, the Betty Boop one in particular is worth about £10 to £15 on eBay, so it's kind of like a miniature investment, I guess, if you would. I'll show you one final thing, actually 2 final things, bear with me. Now this, I'm dying to know people's thoughts on this. It was £5, and it is a PlayStation box branded. Yes, it's made by Mad Cats, but it is branded. It's branded on the wheel as well. Steering wheel, which is a shit hot condition, and that was a £5, and that's again something that Jess found. And finally, a game that I picked for the PlayStation 3, which I've wanted to get back for a while, and that is Resident Evil 5. I think this was a couple of quid as well from Cash Converters in Chesterfield. So overall, epic haul of games there. If you've managed to stick with me this long in the video, then thank you very much. If you haven't, then that's a shame, whatever. Check me out on Facebook. If you do want to do any trades with me, just let me know. I've had a couple of people message me. But for now, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you soon.